Bonjour les élèves de français 2. Aujourd'hui, dans cette vidéo, nous étudions la leçon 4. We will study lesson 4, which is the last lesson in unit 1. The lesson's title is Ça, c'est drôle. Ça, c'est drôle. That's funny. Et nous allons étudier le verbe aller et venir. We will study the verbs to go and to come. And we will study these verbs when they're used alone and when they're used with an infinitive, another infinitive verb. Here you have two pictures showing the use of aller. Je vais aller à la plage. I am going to go to the beach, or I will go to the beach. In the second photo, it's je viens du concert. I'm coming from the concert. D'accord? Let me share my screen and we will start with the learning targets. So there is a long list of learning targets, but they're all related and they can be joined. I don't want you to be intimidated by how many learning targets there are. It will make sense when I read them for you or when you pause and read them on your own. I know and can use the verb aller, to go, in the present tense for different subjects. I can communicate about where various people are going using aller and the prepositions for to the, or, à la, or with X, A, L apostrophe. I can use the verb aller, to go, and another verb in the infinitive to communicate about what people are doing or are going to do in the near future. Then we will study the verb venir. I know and can use the verb venir, to come, in the present tense for various subjects. I can communicate about where various people are coming from using venir and the prepositions for from, the, du, de la, des, de, l'apostrophe. I can use the verb venir, to come, plus de, plus another verb in the infinitive to communicate about what people did or just did in the recent past. The last learning target will be, so ideally it's aller, venir, and depuis. I can use depuis plus present tense to describe what people are doing and what they have been doing. D'accord. Let's start with the idea of the near future. Near future. Le futur proche in French. What are you going to do this weekend? When we say what are you going to do this weekend, we are indicating the use of the near future by using the verb to go. You can say things like, I am going to watch a movie. So we have one verb and two verbs, verbs 1 and verb 2. I'm going to watch a movie, meaning je vais regarder un film. I am going, je vais, to watch, regarder un film. You can use the near future in this sentence. I am going to go to the movie theater. So break the sentence into its parts. In French, how do you say I, je? I'm going, vais. To go, aller. To the cinema, au cinéma. Je vais aller au cinéma. This is the near future. So let's go over the conjugation of the verb aller in the present tense. Aller means to go. It's an irregular verb. Je vais, tu vas, il, elle, on va, nous allons, vous allez, il et elle vont. Répétez. Now, aller plus infinitive. When we add another verb after aller, what happens? We indicate the near future. This is the formation. So this will be the formation you use to talk about what people are and are not going to do, the near future. So here's an example. Je vais jouer au foot. Vais is the verb aller conjugated in the present tense, and jouer is plus infinitive. It's another verb, non-conjugated. Here it ends with er because it's an er verb. Je vais jouer au foot. I'm going to play soccer. Nous n'allons pas travailler. So the aller plus infinitive can be in the negative form. And we put ne pas around which verbs? Which verb? Verb 1 or verb 2? Of course, it's always around verb 1, which is conjugated. Nous n'allons pas travailler. We are not going to work. What does the verb chercher mean, by the way? Do we remember? Have we seen the verb chercher? It means to look for. To look for, d'accord? Chercher. However, when we see the phrase aller chercher, aller in front of it, so we have two consecutive verbs, aller plus chercher, it means to go get. Instead of to look for or to search for, it means to get, to go get. As in, Alice va chercher son cousin à l'aéroport. Alice is going to get her cousin from the airport. Now, to pick up, so to go get or to pick up, je dois aller chercher un livre à la bibliothèque, meaning, so here we have three consecutive verbs. So always the first verb is conjugated and the second and third are not. Je dois aller chercher, I must go pick up, or I must pick up a book from the library. Here is conjugated forms of the verb avoir with examples and sentences. Je vais à la plage. I'm going to the beach. Tu vas chez toi. You are going to your house. But let's compare aller and aller plus infinitive. See, so for aller, je vais à la plage. I'm going to the beach. Now, it's aller plus infinitive. Je vais nager à la piscine. I'm going to swim in the pool. The second example, tu vas chez toi. You are going home. Chez toi means home, at your place of residence. Tu vas dîner au restaurant. Here we have aller plus infinitive. You are going to eat in a restaurant. Let's compare again. Alice va au stade. Alice is going to the stadium. Elle va regarder un match de foot. She is going to watch a football match. Okay, so again, compare simple aller and aller plus infinitive. Vous allez au musée. You are going to the museum. Vous allez regarder des sculptures. You are going to watch or see some sculptures. Mes amis vont au café. My friends are going to the café. Ils vont retourner. Ils vont retrouver des copains. They're going to meet some friends. So, to express what they are going or not going to do, the French people use the construction aller plus infinitive. Je vais jouer au foot. I'm going to play soccer. Nous n'allons pas travailler. We're not going to work. I thought that this is an appropriate slide after the confinement or after the lockdown. Après le confinement, tu vas. After the lockdown, you are going to. Here are different action verbs. That would be verb 2. So, aller plus infinitive. Manger un hamburger in February, you will eat hamburger. Tu vas manger un hamburger, tu vas faire une bataille de ballons géants. You're gonna play a balloon, you're gonna do a balloon fight with giant balloons and so forth. So go ahead and pause here and try to read and connect tu vas plus different actions. Now, let's move to the verb venir. Venir means to come. It's the opposite of aller. Aller to go. Venir means to come. Like here, je viens du concert, as in the photo here, this picture, je viens du concert. Here is the simple conjugation of venir, to come. It's an irregular verb. Répétez et remplissez les notes de la leçon. Fill out the lesson notes. Je viens. Tu viens. Il et elle et on vient. Nous venons. Vous venez. Il et elle viennent. Viennent. So here we have il vient. Here we have ils viennent. The ENT is silent. but we have the N sound here because we have a double N. In the singular il vient, we have the nasal sound because we don't pronounce the N, we don't pronounce the T, and we have the E and combination that makes the sound en. Okay, on continue. So please notice, notez bien, several verbs are conjugated just like venir, just like this form, d'accord, of venir. Se souvenir, to remember, je me souviens. Se souvenir, je me souviens, like je viens, je me souviens. And then revenir, to come back. Here's an example. Ma copine revient de Monaco demain. My friend, my female friend, comes back from Monaco tomorrow. Devenir is also conjugated like venir. It means to become. Vous devenez très bon en français. Bravo. You're becoming very good in French. Bravo. Now, venir de. Remember, Allay uses a. Venir uses de. To say a person comes from a place, use the preposition de. For cities, use de or des apostrophe with no articles. Example, je viens de Chicago. See, no article here. There's nothing in front of Chicago except the preposition de. Elle vient de Frisco. Nous venons d'Austin. There are a few exceptions to this rule, such as La Nouvelle-Orléans, New Orleans, La Nouvelle-Orléans. Exemple, ils viennent de La Nouvelle-Orléans. Because La Nouvelle-Orléans is going to be feminine, de La Nouvelle-Orléans. D'accord. For countries, use article plus de plus article. Notez bien, note, please note. You may have to make a contraction for de le, which is du, or de les, which is they. D'accord? Remember, all countries that end with E are feminine except for le Mexique et le Cambodge. So all countries that end with E are feminine except these two. Example, Sophie vient du Mexique, which is de plus le, right? Nous venons des États-Unis. So les États-Unis is plural, United States, les États-Unis. So we use des, de les or des. Vous venez de la France. France is a feminine country. It ends with E. So vous venez de la France. Ils viennent de l'Italie. Ils viennent, they come from Italy. Italy starts with a vowel, so we use apostrophe. So now, what happens if we use venir plus infinitive or venir de plus infinitive? Je viens de rencontrer Marc. I just met Mark. Ton frère vient de téléphoner. So vient de means just did something. So we have venir de plus infinitive. Vient de rencontrer. Vient de téléphoner. Mon frère vient de téléphoner. My brother just called. Mes copains viennent d'arriver. So we have venir de plus infinitive. It means they just arrived. When we use in the above formation, it means the venir de plus infinitive, just. I just met Mark. Your brother just called and my friend just arrived. D'accord? And the last section of this lesson in this video is le présent avec depuis. We're going to learn the expression depuis and used with the present tense. D'accord? Depuis. Read the following pairs of sentences. These. In each pair, the first sentence describes what people are doing. And the second sentence, describes how long they have been doing this. Compare the verbs in French and English. Nous habitons à Genève. We live in Geneva. Now, we're going to use depuis and we're going to compare. We're going to add nous habitons à Genève depuis mai. It means we have been living in Geneva since May. So depuis means since. And habitons turns to, instead of we live, it becomes we have been living. J'étudie le français. I am studying French. J'étudie le français depuis 2 ans. It means I have been studying French for 2 years. D'accord? So, if we, to express what people have been doing since or for a certain time, the French use the construction present tense plus depuis, as we saw in the examples, present tense plus depuis, plus either duration of activity, as in depuis mai, or starting point in time, depuis 2 ans. Depuis 2 ans. Je travaille ici depuis 5 jours. This is the present, plus depuis, plus duration of activity. And je travaille ici depuis lundi. This is present, plus depuis, plus starting point in time. So, je travaille ici depuis 5 jours. I've been working here since 5 days ago. Je travaille ici depuis lundi. I've been working here since Monday. Note that the interrogative expression depuis quand, since when, is used like this. Depuis quand es-tu ici? Since when are you here? Depuis combien de temps? How long? Combien de temps? The quantity of time, or how long? Depuis combien de temps attends-tu? How long have you been waiting for? So, présent plus depuis plus duration of activity, or présent plus depuis plus starting time and point, plus starting point in time. D'accord. So here is where we finish with the new learning elements for leçon 4. Please review the video and do the repetitions as needed. Of course, I'm available to answer any questions. And if you, of course, we're going to do some activities in class and independently. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.